Thank you for listening to the Business and Beyond podcast.
We appreciate all of our listeners. If this is your first time listening to the Business and Beyond podcast, we hope you enjoy this episode. This episode of the Business and Beyond podcast is brought to you by The Spot in Galveston, Texas. If you can see on YouTube, or maybe you can even hear in the background on the podcast, that we are in Galveston.
Yeah, this is our vacation edition, family vacation edition.
Tyler's back. Almost said in the studio. I guess not in the studio.
No,
This would be a cool studio.
This could be it, though.
Yeah.
The world is our studio. This is crap. I didn't even look. What episode? Episode 45.
Yeah. So welcome to episode 45. If you're watching us on YouTube, thank you. Make sure to hit that subscribe button.
Shout out to our Spotify listeners. They are right now holding a slight edge over Apple Podcasts users and listens.
There you go.
Shout out to them and step it up, Apple.
Yeah. You mentioned The Spot. It's, you visited yesterday. Did you go check them out?
Yeah, they were.
Well, I say check them out.
I've
It's
been
a regular
there, yeah.
for you, but
Been there every year. We've been in Galveston. Maybe 10 years, maybe 9. But yeah, we go there every year.
so you probably wonder why they're the sponsor of the show. Kind of highlighted them through quarantine because what did they laid off like 171 furloughed 171 of their employees during the shutdown.
I corrected you saying furlough because
Yeah.
we'll get in that in a little bit.
But they took care of them. I mean, it was an initial 4-week commitment that they made to their employees, and they brought them back and gave everyone raises. They extended that an additional 2 weeks to continue that, and I think in total with all the raises, they were at like a little over $600,000 that they invested in their employees. And what was that? You have that hourly, those breakdowns on the additional, Tyler?
Let's see. Isn't that too far? Yeah, it was 663 for the entire team, and then it was. Let's see. We paid our team $15 an hour. Our team members with 10 years or more service paid $20 an hour. And then 2 of our team members celebrated their 10-year anniversary. Each of them got a $1,000 bonus. And since we adopted all the graduates and paid them $250 graduation bonus, is that like?
Oh, I guess all their high schoolers. Yeah.
Oh, okay. I was slightly confused before that, but now I get it. And then salary team received a $500 hazard pay bonus, while his salary remained zero. And we've seen a lot of that. A lot of businesses, owners are taking no money just to pay their other people.
Yep.
I know Heinz did that as well.
Mm-hmm. Up in Fort Worth.
Yeah, and it's kind of cool to watch his journey too through Twitter. That's another person that was kind of did a similar thing.
Very similar to this one.
Yeah, the owner of The Spot, his name's Dennis Bird, and he did an interview. I think it was last year. I think he said maybe he did an interview on one of the news stations about that whole process, and I mentioned furloughs because he had no idea what that meant. He said we had to furlough employees. I have no clue. I mean, I know it has something to do with not really firing them or letting them go. You're kind of temporarily letting them go.
Yeah.
Maybe it has something to do with getting some of the government benefits or keeping people on staff. But he used to work at The Spot. He applied for a job in college, and when he went to LSU, and he would drive back and forth every weekend, and eventually he just bought it. And that's what he does. He just takes care of his employees. And he does, I don't know if he's still doing it, but before he would, he had a job like at a hotel, and he would have little part-time side jobs, I guess, so he didn't have to take money from The Spot. So he could keep money. That's kind of like you were talking about, and I think it was episode 30, about making your side hustle your full-time hustle.
And picking up a side gig just to make it,
part-time job.
What you had to do. Yeah. No, it's an outstanding, show of gratitude from ownership to take care of those people. And I don't want to butcher this, so I'm going to keep referring back to the numbers and info we have. I wanted to see somewhere I saw they were like it was like the worst performing month or time
May.
they had in May of last year, and then they've bounced back tremendously. I mean, the support from the community here, the vacation community, people that have seen this story from all over that are traveling here on vacation and going and contributing to this business because of how they operated through quarantine. And it would have been easy, just like many businesses did, just to let these people go. Just sorry, cut them loose. He retained his money and move on later. But it's there's a lot of empathy there, and he really showed that.
And when we go, it's not like, well, that's one of my favorite restaurants. I know this is my go-to dish. We went yesterday, and we had our kids with us. So if you've never been there, there's 4 or 5 different restaurants / bar. They're all connected, but there's different places you can go and sit. But you can get a drink one place and go sit at another, or get food at any of them. So we had our kids with us, so we could only go to 2 of them. And so we were just waiting in line. We don't care, whichever one's first available. So we went where you go up and order at the counter. And so I'd never eaten at that part of it, so I had no idea what food was there. But I don't care. Find something.
I've seen it, never been. But so 4 different places, so it's different food too for each place.
It's kind of like different restaurants. You have bars and like the one where you order at the counter is more
cluster.
Fried. More fried fish, like platters.
Okay.
And tacos and stuff, but
we've seen it a lot.
You drive by it right on the seawall,
and then some of them you go sit down and they come and serve you.
I wonder how hard that is. I mean, I imagine managing that wait staff. I'm assuming you probably have.
Yeah, because that's what blows me away when you see that when they furloughed 171 of 200 team members.
Yeah, that's crazy.
200 team members in one. Essentially, you say one business, but it's 4 in one.
Staff. I mean,
Yeah, no, they're all right there on the same property, all connected with, like, you're not walking very far. It's like a giant deck with all these different buildings.
Yeah.
But, walking from one place to the other place to check on this, surely you have different managers running each one.
Well, I mean, shoot, just running in-house and then doing a balcony or a patio or something like that, it's still difficult to manage. Yeah. I mean, 18, 20 tables inside plus 10 more outside, it is. And then all of a sudden there's no communication. If you're outside, you don't have the bartender right there. It is difficult.
Well, I think I said it off air, but when we went to eat, if you order at the counter and you're not being waited on, they give you a little
that's
thing.
the crazy part.
I thought it was a buzzer. Like they said, they'll bring it to you. I'm like, well, why didn't you give it? So let me know. And then I went and we were getting drinks, and I said, I'll go get a couple more. And they gave me another one. They said, so they know where you're at. Oh, that makes sense because we just sat like right there next to the counter.
They have GPS trackers that will.
Well, no, it looks like those little buzzer things when you're waiting for a table.
It's like
I guess
tracker.
All it
like
is a tracker. It doesn't do anything for you.
So they're not carrying around like an iPad or anything. They're just
I guess
maybe in the back of the house they're like they're right there.
Table 75.
Like when you order, they say here you go, and it has a number of
pretty cool.
whatever your order is, and there's a GPS tracker. So we just sat down right there. But I guess if you knew what you wanted from that,
you went upstairs,
all the way across to a different bar or something, because that's where you want to go. They have the drink you like, and they know where you're at.
Well, shoot, now I have a question for him because I want to know how he doesn't get people to how many people just dip on their tab or something like that. You go, we're gonna move over here now. Just leave that.
Now, that's a funny story because last night we went to another restaurant called Willie G's, and it was a long wait. So me and the guy we're with and the group we're vacationing with went and sat at the bar and had a couple beers while we were waiting. And we saw other people just carrying beers around outside with glasses, not like a bottle.
Yeah.
I was like, we're waiting on the table. Can we go out there and wait? Like, yeah, it's fine. Just tell them who the party is. So, like, okay, we went and told them and went outside. Like, we didn't open up a tab. We just started ordering beers. I never noticed that. I'm like, how did they... Like, we were pretty tipsy when we paid the tab. Like, I don't even know if those beers were on our tab. Like, we had 5 or 6 beers. It was like...
Which is most places.
Yeah.
It sounds you itemize your ticket.
We were thinking the whole time...
Especially on vacation.
We were thinking the whole time it was... how do they know? All they know is... Like, okay, yeah, we were on Ashley. That's where we're going to sit. But the bar didn't... Unless they were just over-communicating and saying, oh, yeah, they have this many.
Maybe.
But it's... Like, the bar didn't know where we were sitting.
Yeah.
Until we told... oh, yeah, we're on this step, so make sure that we really are waiting for
Maybe. Yeah, I guess it's the
So
honor system.
pro tip here is like whenever you, especially like that kind of situation, or to a smaller scale, I guess. Like I would be like blue shirt or camo hat.
Yeah.
So that way, I'm not gonna know her name. And Kat and I were just talking about this, like waitresses and waiters. We had a new one. We were going to was it Hooters? Some other
Twin Peaks or something.
I can't remember what it was, but why I take my girl from chicken chips. That's one. But she was talking about like how you keep up and stuff like that. I was like, oh, you just give them like whatever nickname comes to your head fast that you can see.
Yeah.
You know, like I've been a
Don't say
tending
that.
bar and been like really handsome guy for some reason. You know, just be like model guy, or you know, or like I get.
And then everybody knows in that. Oh, it's that guy.
Tyler, who?
I see it, yeah.
Okay, side note, what is the weirdest name or maybe most offensive that you're allowed to say on here? That y'all give? Like, what's the craziest thing?
What?
Like, you just typed in
Am I not allowed to say it?
big boob yellow shirt chick or something like that.
Like chick with huge cans, or you know, lady
But
with
one
a
that
dump truck.
everyone knew right off the bat. You didn't have to explain it.
I did Snaggletooth one time. That was kind of mean, but everybody. I mean, it was exactly who we were talking about. I can't think of any like cruder ones than that. I mean, it's always been just a little, you know, or like like fake boobs. I've done that a couple times. Or like see-through shirt. Or a guy with bad hair, something like that, you know. I did skull it one time, but that was my friend. That was like, or like the guy that works at Best Buy. That's another one.
Were you wearing a
Best Buy shirt?
No, I knew he worked at Best Buy because you know this is the same Best Buy I always go to, and I recognized him, so I was like Best Buy guy, you know. Yeah.
Getting into
So what of other, you know, we've talked about it a little bit, and we've talked a lot about, you know, being in a vacation town or vacation spot, and it can be super lucrative for business. Even with, you know, there's peak seasons. So down here, it's, I would say something like maybe 16 weeks or so. I don't know the exact,
I think
you
it
know,
officially
vacation
starts in
time.
June.
Yeah.
June to August,
Sometime,
maybe
maybe
September.
mid-September.
I'm
Yeah.
curious, and maybe we can do that when we go to the Strand later in the week. Is ask the bartenders around because I think they do enjoy talking about that kind of stuff, like their busy season. But I wonder how if this particular place is not as much as like Pensacola,
Yeah.
because there's like whole places that
Sure.
are shut down at a certain point in time. You know.
Yeah.
I'm not sure when those seasons are. I've only ever been there in the summertime, so it's
Yeah.
pretty crazy. But there's like whole areas. I know whole areas of Pensacola that it is not alive.
Well, that's the
in
difference
fall, you know?
here in Galveston is the
Fall.
Mardi Gras here is like the second largest to New Orleans.
Which is a
Mardi
weird
Gras.
thing to
so
have,
you would,
I think.
but I guess being this close, you know, you're not far from New Orleans here. You know,
No.
it's not a far drive, and we're just south of Houston, so it's not
Everybody
that
just
far.
needs an excuse.
There's always
Go
in the
party.
fall time. There's
Yeah.
bike rallies. There's car shows here, which
we
probably
did,
a
we
lot
did
of
talk to
vacation
a guy
towns.
yesterday at a,
There are a lot. There's
At
something
dinner.
going on.
well, he said, and he comes down here all the time because he lived like an hour from here. Like him and his wife come down here all the time, and he said in November they have huge bike rallies because they
Yeah.
drive Harleys.
So, you know, I think every location, I mean, think about like a ski resort or something.
Yeah.
And I'm sure they've got a time that they're just flat out shut down and
Yeah.
nothing's
Shining.
going on.
Yeah.
Movie The Shining. No, it makes sense. I mean, I'm sure some of these restaurants do shut down. Some of the less popular ones. Maybe
Well,
shut
I know
down in the winter.
we're here on the west end of the island, which is very heavily populated, but not overly commercialized, like it is in town.
I would say for sure, maybe all these beachfront houses, like on the beachfront. I mean, maybe not that one. I guess it could be, but you can definitely tell the ones that are homes that actually, because like the yard's done. You know what I mean?
We figured it out.
It's
There's a
landscape.
mailbox out front.
Oh yeah,
Oh, I
there
didn't
you go.
think
I didn't
Well,
even
no,
see
we
that.
drove on it, and when we first pulled into the neighborhood we're staying, which we never stayed at, it's a smaller beach house. It's just me and my wife, and our kids and her cousin.
Mailbox is that?
And
Are they don't have to be high? Like
no, they were no,
No.
they were normal.
The floods here.
When we pulled in, we were like, "Oh my gosh, we got a beach house and a trailer park of beach houses." But it was just the first one.
Yeah.
Well, and it was like ours is. I'm not gonna say our address, but or I guess I can't. I'll say the street. It was like 4115, but when we passed by it was 4105. We did a double check. We're like, oh no, that's like there's
Like, this
tires
one's
in the
condemned.
yard. Seriously, but you could tell people live there. They
Live
don't
there,
rent
yeah.
that out.
yeah.
which ones that lives there, it's like your standards lower. It's like it doesn't look that bad, but
Yeah.
you're just thinking all these are rented out, and that's not the case. But
No,
maybe
it's
one
not.
person lives in there, and then they may own and rent out
Yeah.
other ones.
I know we like to stay on the Bayside. When we go to the Bayside,
Yeah.
Tyler, we go in Jamaica Beach. And on the Bayside there in Jamaica Beach, like I would say from
majority
there, most of them probably are residents. You can see like they have political signs in the yard,
I would
school.
say 60-40.
My kid was an all-A student.
I would say 60-40
really.
over there.
I mean, maybe the ones right on the water might be the rentals, but
Right.
everything in from the water is all residents.
And that's the funny thing is that's I didn't even think about mailbox. I was going by landscaping.
Yeah. Yeah,
Well,
you
I
look at
didn't
like we've got this one over here. I think somebody probably lives there. It's more decorated. The yard, it's got a little backyard.
Most of them you can tell, but then when I noticed, I was just looking out the window because there's like 5 houses from our view, all were blue, but different shades of blue. And I don't know, I thought that was interesting. I saw a mailbox. I'm like, I don't think we have a mailbox. Maybe that's because somebody lives there. And then I started paying attention. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, the mailbox is.
I really was kind of hoping it'd be like a poncho's mailbox where you just like
You have to put it
You know,
up and
raise
then
the
pull it
mailbox
back
or
down.
something.
Yeah,
Yeah, that-
keep it up
that
out of the
makes sense.
mail guy
floodplain.
has like a t-shirt cannon gun for your mail or something.
I think if there's a hurricane or flood, you can afford to.
You're not
use
worried
the
about the mail.
mailbox.
You don't care about
Touche.
your AT&T bill.
But then again, the mail can still run, and they can be in their little boat and still
Okay, this is off topic. How many people really get mail? I literally get nothing in the mail but junk.
nothing good.
I get
Maybe if a package is delivered through the mail, but I don't get anything through the
What
mail.
if it's
All my
interesting and I'm
bills,
doing something with
everything
it?
is
I'm
all
gonna
digital.
find
I get
there's
a ton
an app
of
there.
very
I'm gonna,
important mail. Okay, like open immediately, very important. Doesn't have my name on it, but dear Mr. Resident,
Yeah.
extremely important. Please
know.
open. Yeah.
Oh, like this is
Get
the
a ton
final
of
notice.
those.
You're like, what? Did I forget something? Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
How's it
But yeah, if it's
I'll-
important, you're
Oh,
gonna say,
your
oh,
car
I'm gonna
warranty's
download
running
this
out.
app.
Yeah.
I got that one not yesterday, but last week.
Yeah.
I'm like, final notice. What did I do? I didn't
Yeah.
pay something.
As soon as I see something now, I'm like, yeah, right.
Yeah.
I was thinking, like, dear,
Or if you-
Mr.
you know, it's-
Starnes or future resident, I'm like,
Yeah.
Everybody in the house gets the same. I'm like, okay, those are trash. We're sending it to everybody in our house.
Your kids are getting
Yeah,
things
dang,
for
dude.
life insurance and stuff.
Credit card.
Yeah,
My
credit
son's
card
getting paid
offers.
for credit card. Like he's 8.
Hey, man, I really.
You might need to check his credit.
Yeah.
You might need to check his credit.
Nice.
Somebody
8
might have
years old,
stole
I get
his
some credit
stuff.
card?
No, it was well, we all got him in the mail.
I
It's
have,
just
to
'cause
pay, I have to pay him money first, and then they'll give me a credit card. He's already getting.
His
credit.
8-year-old's
Dude,
got a
Good for you.
yeah, it didn't say improve your credit, but it was
Yeah.
all ones we all got.
pre-approved. But yeah, we
Easy
were,
pre-approved.
business here, I don't know, we talked about it a lot. You would have to really make your money in the peak season or at least through the special events because there's obviously going to be some downtime because the it's not overly populated.
How we were
with
talking about
residents.
over here that there's more residents, so like you could
Yeah.
probably get away with the off season, maybe not. I mean, probably taking a little bit of a dump, but
Yeah,
I think you'd have to get really creative.
yeah.
I'm sure there's a lot of things that.
Because over
You know.
here where you're renting, or go ahead.
No, we were talking about this a lot last night too. Is there has to be? There's literally where we are right now. There's literally nothing over here.
Yeah.
There's, 20 minutes down the road, there's a crappy pizza place that's not good, and somehow it's still. We've been coming here a long time. and that
Is it
pizza
by the
place-
liquor store? I'm not
Yeah.
gonna say it on here.
Yes.
Really? Okay, I'm
I
glad
believe so.
Yeah.
because I saw their sign that says we don't speak much English, but
Yes.
we make great pizza.
Yes.
So I thought, man, we might try that one. I'm glad
Yeah.
you said it was crappy because
I mean, we-
I mean, for island pizza,
We ate there.
it's
a
the
few
best
times.
pizza you're going to get anywhere here.
It's better than Domino's.
Yeah,
it's not,
better than
not
Domino's.
Chicago or New York.
No,
it's
it's
Texas
not.
pizza,
Yeah.
but
I don't know. There's an Italian restaurant in Kelvin that is bellissimo.
Yeah.
I think it's good.
we get down here. You
I
would
think
think
you would-
there's not a lot of hotels.
Like, yeah, there's not.
So
I don't think
anywhere
there's
you're
any-
renting
that's back
is
that way. a lot of
over on
ways.
this side of the road,
Yeah.
and then those will be like
So
up
like you
there,
said, it's more
we have
residents.
hotels on this.
You would
side
have to be
too.
creative, like you said, and have something that could cater to the locals,
Yeah.
as well as be a little bit of a tourist attraction.
Well, I think you could put some. I mean, depending on how much it costs. I assume it costs less to build something here than 10 minutes that way. But you would think, living out here, you don't want to drive 15 minutes into every single twice a day.
That's exactly
Yeah.
what we were
So,
talking
like,
about.
if you had a restaurant, and you think you would have more people at least one night or one day or one night eat there. We're going to eat there just because it's there. It's close.
Yeah.
We're going to try it.
Right, like in this situation, it might not even have to be good. You might be able to just get away with just having food here that people are just
Frustrated,
like,
you're
"Man, I
tired.
don't
I've been
wanna-"
in the beach all day. I don't want to go all the way to
Yeah.
town.
Or just like if you live here, this is your regular house. Like, go to work, you come home, like, I just don't really feel like cooking. Get there, wife or whatever.
Call the business and the
dude.
online. We'll just be constantly podcasting.
Yeah.
Set up a podcast studio there, all glass.
Yeah. We'll just have a 24-hour podcast all the time.
But
Just have random people.
and I assume all vacation destinations, whether it's up north and ski resorts or out west or east, I'm sure all destinations like this, especially the East Coast, all the beaches there, I'm sure it's very seasonal. Up north on the Jersey shores and stuff. I mean, in the wintertime, it's cold. I mean, I'm sure it's.
Where do they eat those hot dogs? The hot dog
Coney Island?
Yeah, I wonder if that's the same thing.
Yeah, if it's shut down when it's not 4th of July.
Well, yeah, 4th of July is obviously
summertime's big. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they do have a tour, like a theme park there.
I literally don't know what else is.
Yeah, I don't
do
know.
there besides watch guys eat hot dogs. But
I think it's like a boardwalk, and there's like roller coaster things. I think they have stuff there.
20 minutes, 28 seconds. Got that drop for you. We're gonna cut that out. That would be a drop. Most job, every job has seasonal. I mean, our jobs aren't necessarily you just pack up and you don't work in the winter, but it slows down.
Yeah.
So in Galveston, I guess it's a little different because it doesn't necessarily get. It's not constantly cold here. I know the big ice storm, they got ice down here too. But I'm thinking in the winter, it's probably average 60, 70 degrees here.
Yeah.
I mean,
during the day.
My parents said fall is the best time to come here.
Yeah.
It's maybe you
humidity.
don't get in. I think just general weather. It's probably a little cooler.
Well,
out
even
there,
when
but
we came, we were here at spring break, and we walked the beach, but it was entirely too cold to get in the water. But there were a lot of people at the beach doing a lot of fishing. That's the thing here. It's a fishing town. There's a ton of fishing going on here.
Yeah.
So, maybe that helps it as well.
And it just depends having different activities. Galveston offers a lot of different things. I know every time I get on Facebook, I have an ad for ghost tours.
Yeah.
So if it is really cold and people aren't going to be on the beach or fishing.
Oh, you said that's what your parents do when they come down in the fall. They go do some of the other things that you wouldn't typically
Strand
do.
is fun.
Museums.
The Strand
There's
is
all
fun.
kinds of stuff to do.
Yeah, there's a ton of
nothing
stuff
to do
here.
with me. You can come here, have fun, and never touch the beach.
Yeah, because there's a lot of history here.
Yeah, there's a ton of history here. Yeah, and I think that's. And even there's another part of the island. If you keep going, you have the ferry over there too. That place is pretty empty as well. It wasn't even last time we all came. We went over there, and there were no houses over there because the big hurricane just came.
It wiped it out.
Yeah. So there, you can see where there were close to sticking out of the ground, but there's not.
We've got the haunted Walmart too. We must have the haunted Walmart.
And over there?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, I don't think it's haunted, man. I think that's a guy on super speed or something.
No, there was a it's because I was watching a YouTuber. They do that. I saw they went to Galveston. Walmart was
There's quite a bit actually.
And the manager actually has a book deal. She's trying to get the manager,
really?
One of the managers at Walmart,
encounters, ghost encounters on the.
I guess
in the stock
room.
room.
Not to lower the mood or anything, but back in 1900, the huge hurricane basically wiped out 10 to 15,000 people. There was an orphanage there where they built the Walmart that just got wiped out.
Oh shit!
And if you go to it's playful.
Poltergeist?
No, it's apparently it's playful. Like you just go the toy aisle, and you had to watch this YouTube video. These people are talking. I think they researched it and found a name of something. I don't know, but you just go and add this. You just go say, hey, play with this or ask certain questions. Random toys will go
we
off.
get done here,
Hard pass.
we're heading to Walmart to the toy aisle.
Yep, no, thank
Go
you.
check that out.
I want to
Let's do it tonight, after dark. It's Walmart, 24 hours to do. This is to be on after
backtrack for
dark.
a second. You said the manager of Walmart had a
One of them, it wasn't the person because they have different.
Right, but let's just,
She had to. She may not work there anymore. This may be
that's
in
not
a
a
few
bad
years
gig.
ago.
They have a book deal, and it's just for the insurance, man. Only into the insurance. You know what I'm saying?
I don't know, but it was a pretty popular YouTube page, and they were doing it. She
Man,
was
I bet that
giving it a
manager
tour.
stocks the book in the store.
That's right.
No,
I can
probably.
control this.
Because I thought about it, I was like, man, they're going to go to this Walmart. I bet you they're going to have to hide around.
You know what?
And try
And
to do
Walmart
this.
is probably okay with that because
She gave them a tour. She's like,
think
yeah,
about-
do this.
they're
And then she's
gonna
like,
come-
oh, you know the story.
that's just going to boost sales. I mean, just like we went when we came in, they had the Galveston Island Monopoly.
Mm-hmm.
So, they're going to cater to things because you get tourists coming in. They're going to hit the Walmart. Yeah, they're going to buy things that are, pertinent to the island.
Yeah. I just wonder too, how many I feel like Galveston's not very touristy. Like, it's not like a destination where people
No.
come to. I think it's getting more
More
so.
local.
Mardi Gras,
It's getting more
spring
so.
break. Spring break, it's like top 10.
You know, like, how many people from Kansas are coming down
Yeah.
to Galveston? You
Yeah.
know,
We
so-
saw,
I
no, we
don't
were making
really-
Oh,
fun of that.
We saw Utah.
Maybe Oklahoma.
We
or
were
something
behind
might be.
a car with a New York license plate. Like,
Really?
They have to know somebody. You don't just get from New York, just like,
You're like,
yeah,
hey,
I'm
let's
going to
go to
drive
there.
down.
Yeah.
You go to the
I don't know,
Jersey
man.
Shore. It's July. You can go
I mean, it's
anywhere.
definitely Galveston is. It's not the white sand beaches. It's not the crystal clear water.
This is
that,
my favorite.
That
place.
people, you know, and that's
It's-
the
like
big
you said, It's more
complaint.
history. It's got more
Yeah,
history
no,
than.
that's the big complaint that Galveston, you know, that they get knocked on is people are like, oh well, the water's dirty. Well, no, it's brown sand
brown
and it's
sand,
different
exactly.
sand. The water looks really dirty. I mean, my daughter
Like,
even
you
said the
talk
other day
about
she
Jersey
scooped
Shore,
it.
That's pretty dirty.
She scooped the water out the other day. She's like, look, this water from the ocean, it's clear. I'm like,
Yeah, it's
the
just
water's
the
clear.
mud
We just
getting-
had
It's
a-
muddy water.
yeah,
It's
we just-
stirred up. It's
Exactly.
yeah, it's clear water.
And we just had that storm,
Yeah,
you know, so you can see the water, you can see the dirt and everything
Yeah,
kind of
it's
swirling
churned
around the
up a
water.
little,
But I
yeah.
mean, we had pretty
Go-
big waves.
yeah,
Pretty big waves. Like, we were
Yeah.
all sitting there looking like, man,
yeah.
man,
Way
what
more
time you
today.
need a
It's much.
surfboard?
It's much calmer
Yeah.
today.
Yeah,
than
we
it was
didn't even go out
yesterday.
very far. I mean, like, so we had our kids, but we were going out
big.
maybe waist deep to us, and it was hitting us pretty hard.
Yeah,
Like,
it was big.
usually we go out there real deep and get hit by the waves. But maybe for us, it's more nostalgic.
Yeah.
Because we've been going here so many years.
Well,
but
we
like
feel
you
like
said,
it's like our island. Right?
there's
our
definitely my
place.
second
history
for sure.
Yeah.
compared to, well,
Yeah.
I don't know the history of Miami. I'm not trying to compare Miami and Galveston. I think Galveston's got a lot older history than Miami might have.
And I mean, to be fair, there's not as much to do here than Miami.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah.
But I mean, I still feel like I would. and I
It's
don't
more
know if
touristy. Miami's its own metropolitan area.
It's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know the population of Galveston. That's maybe like 30,000. It's not going to be huge.
Yeah.
But you wouldn't think that driving down the road right now.
Yeah.
Especially
Yeah.
Well, in
by
here,
the
that's
pier or whatever.
you do
that
get
is.
it a lot here on the island, and that's the thing is you are on an island, so you're a little more secluded. You know, there's only a couple ways on
Yeah.
the island,
Yeah,
so
on and off, yeah.
yeah, you've got the big touristy, you know, where all the commercial stuff's at, and you know, people are just spending crazy amounts of money on vacations. You've got the pier with all the rides on
And
it.
you really think about it, that's a small section.
Yeah,
Really, the
it
whole,
really is of the whole
it's-
island. That's
yeah.
just a very small, and it's just very condensed of people that
And you're in and
they
out of
come
it.
on the island and they're here and they're like, oh yeah, we're here. They don't think to venture off. You know, we're way
They
down.
Really
I mean,
try to
we're
keep
40 minutes.
tourist traffic on there because they had it shut down. I assume for a funeral. We went and finally passed the funeral, but they had the road shut down, and we veered off and went around. Like, oh, I've never really seen this. There's like normal houses, like not all beach houses that are blue and pink and yellow.
Yeah.
Like, this is interesting. But when we were going, I guess our GPS took us to. We went to last night to dinner was downtown Galveston, so it's about 10 minutes off of the seawall. So the road it took us down, very nice road, had bike lanes, and we didn't notice it much until we were coming back about 10 o'clock at night. I mean, this is kind of the ghetto area where we're at right now. In between, I mean, I guess this is the main road. This is where they want you to go. That's why it's so nicely paved from seawall to downtown. Like, there was a dude laying on the ground, a guy over him. Like, did he just knock him out, or are they drunk, or what? And then we were kind of like looking around, like, this isn't a very nice part of town, but they have bike lanes in the road.
Yeah,
Well, yeah, that's just the main. That's what the GPS took us with. This is where they want you to go, although it's kind of ghetto-ish, but they keep the roads nicely paved. A lot better than Houston. No offense to Houston, but your roads suck.
Vince
Yeah.
is-
Offense.
the armpit of Texas.
We were going, and like I said, we come here every year, so we know that they just finished construction. This one part of, I guess, 290 coming in, and then even 45 on the way down here. There were these grooves in the road, like it's kind of pulling you one way or the other. It's like they intentionally took claw hammers and just moved it. Like, I don't know if there's a benefit to that, but it wasn't even raining that hard. But I assume it was because of how the condition of the road was. You couldn't see
Yeah,
the
Yeah.
road hitting the ground, cars hitting the
We
water.
had that
Yeah.
coming in as well.
yeah.
Yeah, it's like this can't be good on your tires either. But you know, I don't claim. I've never claimed that Houston was that great, anyways. You know, we're from DFW. You know,
Yeah.
Metropolitan pride. Metro pride.
Yeah, I think the Strand is definitely, if you come to Galveston, you have to go to the Strand. That's one of my favorite places to go, even if we're not doing anything. Though, I mean, they have a couple good bars there.
Yeah.
They have. I mean, I don't really like to shop a whole lot, but they have a bunch of shops I hit every single time I come
Murdoch's
here.
every
Which
time
is-
we go to Murdoch's.
Which is fun when you go on the Strand. I don't know if you've been down to the Strand. It's over on the ship channel where all the cruise ships come in.
Yeah, that's where we ate last night.
all
Just,
the-
just,
oh,
on,
okay.
just past. It's basically on the harbor side of downtown.
Yeah.
That's where we ate.
So, yeah, over there it's like you said, you have the shopping, but everyone can kind of go their own way. There's candy shops and ice cream shops and restaurants and bars. You can walk up and buy beer and walk the Strand with it, and like everybody kind of has something they can do. So it's good for the whole family. We love to go down there and spend a day and just everyone kind of go their own way, and the girls can shop.
There was a hotel down there. We didn't even notice it because it's obviously it was a building that they put a hotel in, something in the Hotel Marina. But while we were waiting, we're like, okay, we'll go over there in this little. It's like a little tunnel, but it's the building which is the hotel, and you can just walk through to the other side of the parking lot. And there were benches there, so we just sat there to wait away from the crowd. We're like, saw a sign, check in. It's a hotel. It's like a little 3-story building. It's not very big. You wouldn't even notice it as a hotel. I guess unless you want to be on the seawall, this isn't a bad place to stay, dude.
I think
you
like,
just
especially
walk
really
for the
everywhere.
fall, like that's the place you want to stay,
Yeah,
right?
you
Because
can
it's all-
walk into downtown
Right.
anywhere.
Right in
I'm
the
thinking
midst of everything, all the activity.
places in, I mean, Fort Worth is kind of touristy and it's got history, but just other places that aren't big tourist towns.
I was gonna say-
you can't just do that. You're gonna
Yeah.
you're
Right.
gonna
Just
spend
put a
money to
hotel in
build
a
a brand
random
new
place.
hotel,
Right, yeah.
4-story high hotel somewhere else. You just remodel into a hotel. There's money in it.
I was gonna say it reminds me a lot of Fredericksburg.
Yeah.
Like that part of it does. So like yes, it's touristy. Yeah, people are coming to visit, but there's also a lot of local aspects. And
A lot of nostalgia.
I think that's what I
to
like
it.
about Galveston too is that the locals kind of have a bit of an attitude.
Mhm.
Like they don't mind tourists, but they're kind of like, tourists. Well, you don't want to go too touristy, do you? And you're like,
Yeah.
well, no, of course I don't. Like
Yeah, we talked about it. Like, my wife was, we were driving through when we first got here, said, I wonder if they hate it, all these tourists. Like, I don't know. That's where their
I don't
economy
think you
is.
can. I mean, you can't move to this.
Like, I understand
place
getting.
and be-
you're working around this.
Yeah.
I can understand you
they're
being
probably
pissed
feeding you
off
the-
about all the traffic.
There's not
and-
very many options for jobs, so I'm sure any job on the island is dependent on
somehow.
bringing,
For
of
sure.
having tourists
For
here.
sure.
Yeah, I mean, we get it. I mean, we'll be driving, getting in traffic, pissed off. Like, well, you want people to eat here and go here, and even if you're not in the tourist industry, like, can you imagine? It's a weird concept of living in Galveston, and you don't work in a restaurant.
Yeah.
Like we were talking about. Okay, we pointed out a bank for example. It's like it's not a national bank, so no tourists here would even use that bank. You're completely secluded.
Yeah.
You work in a non-tourism industry, and the only people coming in are locals.
Mhm.
It's just a weird concept, and then you have to deal with driving traffic.
Yeah.
But I don't know. It seemed like it'd be fun. You'd have all these cool restaurants you could go to.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
but just
and
dealing with that.
I've never been to like the spot like we were. I feel like that whole area is a real touristy area.
Yeah, it is.
We've only been. There's a turtle place. I feel bad. I don't know the
Oh,
name.
down to Tipsy Turtle?
Yeah, that one, and
Yeah.
then maybe there's one more over there that I've eaten, but we don't ever go
We
to
don't
that
spend a
area.
lot
We
of
try to
time
get
in that
through that
area.
traffic
Yeah,
area,
yeah.
right?
Yeah,
I
there's a
think
lot of cool
that they
restaurants.
take the girls sometimes, and
The Moody Gardens.
but I've
it's a little bit
never,
off the
I've
scene.
never,
You know,
I've
there's
never
a
ate any of those
few
places.
places. I don't know if we've eaten. I mean, of course, like the fishtails we've eaten. That's
Yeah. Kind of did that.
yeah. I mean, it's not anything like special, but
Yeah, it's not exclusive. To
now
to
it's
here.
an old restaurant. I mean, you can see old photos of that place. I mean, it's been there a really long time. So there's a little.
And then been destroyed and rebuilt, and
Yeah.
destroyed and rebuilt, and that's I think
So
a
that's
lot of
kind
what
of
I like
of
about
what it
Galveston
is.
as well too.
Yeah, they do continue to rebuild. Now, there are a few places that we've hit. A few of the bars, like Longboards,
Mhm.
down in that area. It's actually really cool because you're on the other side of from the ocean, but you have a great view to the
Yeah.
water.
Yeah.
You can sit right on the patios, like a sidewalk space between the road and you and it's.
Isn't
you
there a
just sit and
brewery over there
drink.
too somewhere?
Yeah, there's a brewery right there. Yeah, and you can just sit and just watch the water, man. It's really cool setup. You mentioned Murdoch's down there, the gift shop. And that one's kind of cool place
That's
to
the
visit.
huge one, right?
Huge.
Okay.
It goes
Yeah,
over the
you get a
water.
drink and walk
Yeah.
around.
Yeah.
a bit. And you
Oh,
just
they
sit
just
right
rebuilt
there.
that whole thing, didn't they?
Yep.
We've been there a couple times and never bought anything.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Usually we try to get stuff for the kids, a toy or something.
Maybe get like
but
a
we'll go
shark tooth necklace or something.
Yeah.
It's pretty good, the shark tooth necklace.
Can you come to a beach vacation and
I know it covers my collarbone hair. I like to.
Yeah,
That's kind of like a flex
sway
to
a
me.
little bit.
Like no, it's not my chest hair flex. It's collar. It's right there.
Oh, it's like neck hair.
It's flex. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a flex. I think. And I'm not all hairy. Like I don't have any hair on my back, but I got this.
That's impressive. Yeah, I enjoy that. Yeah, that's really good. Yeah.
But what about chain restaurants like McDonald's, Whataburger, Jack in the Box?
Is there Red Lobster
there
here?
is.
Because I think it used to be the best place
Oh,
for
my
Red Lobster. Just saying.
But
No,
are you
there's
gonna eat
a-
Red Lobster?
No,
Like
I've never eaten
Joe's-
that Red Lobster.
Joe's
Joe's
Crab Shack. See, well, Joe's Crab Shack's not. It's like there's a McDonald's everywhere. Joe's Crab Shack, not so much. So it's kind of like I said, we're trying to eat at Landry's. There's other Landry's
there's
places,
less-
but it's not like McDonald's, Jack in the Box. There's one in.
There's the Chick-fil-A
Every
over here.
Yeah, there's a Chick-fil-A.
And
That
then-
one's actually cool because it's on the beach side,
There's
right?
there's
It's right
no,
there on, like, you could walk from, if you're on
there's
the
no
beach
drive-thru.
there. There's not.
No, it's weird.
Huh.
Yeah.
So that
That'd
one's
be,
open
this would be a
inside.
perfect place for the Chick-fil-A drive-thru.
It's really
No,
weird.
but it's right on the beach, right? It's down
Yeah,
there by
it's-
Stewart Beach.
yes.
So you could, like, walk off the beach
It's
over
right off,
to it.
So-
right off the seawall.
And we
Yeah.
were wondering. We understand there's locals here that eat at those places. Like
Yeah.
we may go to a place like that for breakfast burritos or something when we're feeling lazy.
Yeah,
But talk about like Golden Corral on the seawall.
yeah.
There's IHOP on. There's
I think we came here
There's
with our
a
parents. We ate at Golden
Denny's.
Corral and IHOP.
And Denny's.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's like that can't be. I'm just thinking financially for the company. That's maybe they've been here so long before it got so touristy. But that's
I mean,
there's cheaper
You
places.
see
where,
them. The Sonic stays busy down here.
Yeah,
I
I
mean,
mean-
the chain restaurants aren't hurting.
no. I definitely there's a lot fewer of them.
I just think maybe
That
on the seawall,
side
like
of
you
it?
could be back a little bit and still
Yeah.
have.
There's definitely more when you come in, whatever that road is where you first come into Galveston. There's a
Yeah.
lot more.
You take that exit turn.
There's
Why
and
not?
it's-
there's
yeah.
a lot more fast food restaurants.
Yeah,
over
there's
there.
like a Panda and a
Yeah.
Hooters and yeah.
Yeah, and then on this side there is a less than normal, but
Yeah.
there is the big one like Sonic, Chick-fil-A. Like
Yeah.
I don't think you dump those anywhere and it'll be fine.
Yeah.
I, don't know
I
if
guess
we're
you do have
convincing
people that just come.
to come to Galveston.
I
You
think
do
so.
have a lot of people, I think, that live, Texas City, League City, Houston, that may come just for the weekend, and to them, going and eating like it's not a big deal. Hey, we're just going to grab something
Right.
quick. We're going to spend a few hours at the beach, and we're going to grab some lunch.
And
And
they hit one dinner at one of these places, but yeah, we're going to eat at McDonald's or whatever. for dinner.
Yeah.
We considered it last night. 2-hour waits everywhere.
Yeah,
Past McDonald's, I'm like, that doesn't sound too bad. I'm starving.
yeah,
Ain't gonna drink at McDonald's.
and that's exactly.
Maybe you can. I don't know. I've never been.
That's
to-
exactly part of the reason why they are there. Because like, hey,
They know.
2-hour wait. How about
yeah, we got you 5 minutes.
yeah,
We
some
got you.
crap.
Hey,
Food,
McDonald's
there you
was
go.
busy. 10 o'clock last night.
I
Driving
bet.
back.
Yeah, I think that
around.
McDonald's there is always busy. Every time we drive by, it's busy.
Yeah, the parties. I mean, 10 o'clock's pretty early. We need to be drunk and going home. So I don't know. That's what we figured. Like 10 o'clock at night. Yeah, that's maybe the older people partying. It's like if I went out to party, I'd probably be home by 10 or 11.
But you also
Yeah.
have, like we said, a lot of the locals. You go a few blocks off of
Yeah.
the seawall, it's just normal houses, neighborhoods.
That's the crazy part
Mhm.
too. It is just a few blocks, and you're
Yeah.
like, whoa.
Yeah, it's one
Just
strip
regular
basically
houses.
here.
Yeah. It's like a brick house. I didn't think that existed. I thought it should be a brick house on stilts. or
Stilts,
something, but
yeah, no, over there.
No,
it's
like I said, when we
different.
took that side road, when it detoured, we drove through like a completely normal neighborhood, except for the palm trees. It looked like
Yeah.
we were in Florida. This is so weird. No, it's Galveston Island rules. You have to have a pink or yellow or blue
Yeah.
house. You
Yeah.
can't just have a brick house. Doesn't make any sense to me.
We should research why they do the colors. It's something with the so that you don't see a paint chip or something.
Yeah, I don't know.
I forgot what it was. I should have done that. But it's something about the because they repaint it every few years, right?
Yeah.
So, but I'm pretty sure like this person just used the other person's paint.
I think
or
they just saw they
their
go in
rivals.
communal paint.
Yeah. But you're right. It does have to be like a 1980s style with like a
Like Edward
pastel.
Scissorhands neighborhood,
Yeah.
beach houses.
Maybe
But-
because of so many houses, because even coming down, like you have to look for the color house. If you had an off, if you're visiting, you're renting a house.
Yeah,
If you had like an off-the-wall color, you when you're coming in, oh, there's our house.
Yeah, lime
Because
green
everything
house.
looks the same.
Yeah, and every house is different. It's
Yeah.
like you drive through neighborhoods, the houses kind of look the same. These houses, you have a huge giant beach house and then a tiny little. You're like, you rent that beach house, you drive this neighborhood, you're like, oh man, this is gonna be badass. And then you drive like, oh, that's a beach house.
Yeah.
But so you're looking for the address, and like you were talking about, no mailboxes if you're renting it. You're trying to figure out where on the house. I didn't understand until yesterday, or realize until yesterday, or second day here, where the address was on our house. It's like random on a post out there. I'm looking on the house. I'm like, I guess that's our house because this is that address. That's that address. It got to be this one. No, it's hard to find that.
Yeah.
You have to have the different colors to stand out.
Yeah, when we first got here, I was trying to look, and I found it yesterday. It's kind of cool.
The only reason I knew is because I looked at it online. I knew what the picture of the house looked like. But yeah, you're right. It is. It's different. And a lot of houses here, they have names.
Yeah, so
which this house doesn't.
No, it's kind of weird.
It doesn't have a name. We'll have to give it a
There's
name.
also no. Like normally you get like a little folder thing you get to look at.
Yeah, with all the info about the house.
I think they just
Wi-Fi
emailed it.
passwords.
Yeah, I think they just emailed it, which is, I mean, I'm not mad at that, but
Yeah,
it's
we had to go buy.
different.
We had to go buy a Fire Stick. We meant to bring our own, but the one we got has Xfinity internet.
Yeah,
I don't know if it's a cable or whatever it is.
Xfinity,
But I guess they have the basic package. So their guide didn't tell you what we had. So we were going like, Nick Jr., you have to have a subscription for this. Disney.
Dang it.
I'm like, Disney?
Come on.
I'm like, man, now I wish I would have forgot the Fire Stick. Okay, we got to go to Walmart anyways, get groceries. Let's go to Target and get Fire
Walk
Stick.
down the toy aisle and see all the little ghost kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I didn't even think about it when we were there. Well, we just picked it up. We ordered it before we left for pickup.
Yeah.
And then we ran to Target and got a Fire Stick. Like, this is crap. I'm not dealing with this. Like, how does every beach house not just have smart TVs or Fire Sticks now? Just have a Netflix account, a Hulu. You pay less than $100 a month. Have all these logged in for when people get here. Like, oh yeah, we have all these. Don't worry.
Right.
And it sounds weird that you would want that when you're at the beach, but like when we showed up the first day, it rained.
Yeah.
And it's cloudy
If
today.
you have
We may
kids,
get
they
more
want to
rain.
watch their movie.
Yeah.
You want
Right.
a 3-year-old that has to watch his.
You can also just lock up profiles, you know? I mean,
Yeah.
so.
Have your own save.
Right.
Just have a guest
Right.
that gives them so much. Yeah.
Yeah, but there's
I would just-
there's that book in there, and it
Yeah.
says, Wi-Fi password's this, all the channels this.
Yeah.
No, it's kind of,
Nothing.
yeah.
And tells you touristy stuff like, hey, there's these places.
I actually do appreciate that. They'll keep like to-go things in
Menus
there.
and stuff,
yeah, I actually
Yeah.
appreciate that a lot. And I bet that house that has the name over here, I bet that has that kind of stuff in there. You can always tell.
Yeah.
When
We'll talk about some of these ugly ones.
one of them has a turtle on it or something.
I don't know. This yellow one might not be too bad
See-
if they had some architecture to it. It's just a box.
I kind of like the
Like,
little
put a
80s
little-
flare up top there, you know?
No, I know that's not bad, but just put like a little side
like a,
roof on the side of it or something. See something?
Maybe a
And there's
a
one that's
spiral
gone
pill.
off. It looks like a haunted house. It has like, over the windows. It has the gable peaks,
I know what
and
you're
it's
talking about.
dark brown. I'm like, that looks like a haunted house. Or
There's always a
something.
thundercloud over it.
Yeah.
It's like you ever seen Despicable
Dead
Trees
trees.
House?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks bad. Like why?
Big iron.
They're like,
gate.
I am not painting my house yellow or blue or pink.
Everything's
Screw
extra
this.
rusty there.
Yes, they live there. That's not a rental house. They're like, screw this. I'm not conforming.
Thank you again for supporting the Business and Beyond podcast.
Be sure to hit the subscribe button to be alerted every time we post a new episode.